Welcome to Studio X Virtual. My name is Destiny, and I'm gonna take you through a quick lower body focused bar workout today. Now, the only props that you will need are optional, so I'll be using a Pilates ball as well as ankle weights. I already have my ankle weights on. They are 2 pounds each. If you'd prefer not to use props, that's okay too. You can do everything without them. Other than that, you'll need something to use as your bar, so I'll be using a bar height stool today. I'm pretty tall, I'm about 5'6". If you have another chair or a countertop that works the same, go for it. Let's go ahead and meet standing on our mat, facing the long edge of your mat with your ball right in front of your chest, between your palms. Now my fingers are lengthened up towards the sky. I'm actively squeezing into that ball as I step my feet out into a really wide second position. So toes are turned out in external rotation and the heels are angled in. The wider I bring those feet out, the more stretch I'm gonna feel through my inner thighs and my hips. So starting to warm up here, we inhale, we bend those knees for 3, 2, 1. I squeeze that ball, I lift to stand, I squeeze through my glutes. So we inhale, we lower. Good, finding your deepest point. Push through the heels, squeeze through the ball and the booty here. Now, as I lower, I want my chest to stay lifted away from the ground. So rather than leaning forward, I want to stay stacked with the shoulders over the pelvis here. We exhale, we push to stand. Good, let's go for these last and final 4. Good, inhale. Exhale, squeeze and push through those heels. We have 3. Good, exhale, squeeze. Last 2. And then on this last and final one, exhale, we squeeze through the booty, squeeze through the ball. Take your ball into your left hand. Your fingertips are gonna find the edge of your chair here. Now get heavy through your right heel. I'm keeping the toes turned out towards my chair. I reach my left arm above my head. I'm gonna slide that right foot back just a little bit here. So reaching the left arm above your head, put your weight into your bar, and then we lift that outside leg up. Now pausing here, I rotate my chest towards the front, so towards you. We inhale, lengthen from the fingertips and the toes. We exhale, we go for a little oblique crunch. We go elbow to knee. So I inhale as I lengthen, squeezing through my left glute. Exhale, good, oblique crunch. Inhale, reach, soften through that standing leg. Exhale, good, bring it in. Inhale, and exhale, good. As I reach to reach, I want those toes to stay right in line with the knee and the hip. We have a pulse coming up here in 4. Standing leg is still micro bent. We have 3. Good, exhale. Find that crunch, elbow to knee, last 2. 1 more. Through the obliques, we reach to reach. We hold it here, bicep to ear, little lift and lower through that left leg. We pulse. I'm squeezing through that outer glute to lift. We have 4. Hold in 3. Last 2, on the 1, lift and hold, all the way down, tap the ground, all the way up, squeeze. Option to bring your forearm across your bar or your chair. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Now, as I tap my toes, I bend that standing knee, exhale, straighten, and lift to squeeze. Good, last 4. Rotating through the hip, open up through the outer thigh. 3, good, little hold, open the chest. 2, last 1, we lift to squeeze for 3, foot comes down in 2. On the 1, we lower the foot down, ball to the chest. We find that deep squat plie. Good, we push to stand, hand to the chair. We reach to reach, 1 oblique crunch, extend, foot comes down. We find that wide squat. Good, we stand, grab that chair. We reach, we crunch, good, extend it long. Foot comes down. We have 3 more just like that. Good, starting to work up that heart rate just a little bit more here. Inhale. Good, foot down, bend through those knees. Last 2, full range of motion. Reach to reach. Good, we bend to bend. And last 1, foot comes down. Finish the way you started. We lower down into a deep plie. Now, only difference here, I lift my right heel. I'm gonna shove that ball underneath my heel and my mat. So that's gonna force the closest foot to my chair to stay elevated here. Now we work through pulses. We come down 2 inches, up 2 inches, down to hold, up to hold. Chest is away from the floor. Good, slight check under of that tailbone. As I lift, I pull those inner thighs together. I squeeze through my glutes. Let's go for these last 4. Good, we hold in 3. Good, last and final 2. On the 1, how low can you go? Hold it here, push down the heel into the ball for 3. Little bit deeper, 2. And then on the 1, stand up nice and tall. All right, let's take the foot off of the ball here. So step in towards that chair. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Alrighty, so we're gonna turn around here. Taking your ball into your outside hand. Now my left foot is getting nice and close to my chair. I'm gonna slide it back just a couple inches here, and then left hand comes down to the chair. I reach that right arm above my head, bicep to ear. I open up the chest. Now I get heavy through my standing foot. I lift that right leg up, soften the standing knee. We oblique crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, we reach to reach, and exhale, finding that right side oblique here. Good, now when I extend, I want that right leg to stay hip to glute height here. So squeezing through that outer glute to find the lift, pulling up from the obliques to find some balance. Nice, you guys. All right, let's go for these last and final 4. Inhale, exhale, crunch. We have 3. Good, starting to build that heart rate up again. Last 2. On the one, we reach, we crunch. Good, let's reach and hold it here. Now open up the chest, spin the chest forward, little lift and lower through that outside leg, squeezing the glute to find that lift, soften through your standing knee. Let's go for these last 4. Good, we lift and lower in 3. Last 2, on the one, lift and hold for 3. Toes down in 2, on the one, all the way down. We lift, we squeeze. Open up the chest, inhale, exhale, good. Finding that little bitty rotation as we lift, we open that chest wider. Let's go for these last and final 4. Good, starting to feel that standing glute. 3, right foot comes down flat. And 2, and then on the 1, we lift, we squeeze, we hold. Option to bring that left forearm down. Good, we hold it here for 3. Last 2, and then 1. Set the foot down, finding external rotation here. All right, so ball is in that right hand. Let's take it right in front of the chest. Roll your shoulders back and down. So we find that deep squat. Exhale, push to stand. Hand comes to the chair. I reach, I find that oblique crunch. I reach to reach, soften through the standing knee. We set the outside foot down. We lower down, push to stand. Good, hand to the chair. Reach to lift. Good, find that outside oblique. We extend, foot comes down, externally rotate. Find that squat. Good, we have these last and final 4 here. We reach, extending through the body. We lower down, plie. Good, final 3. Reach, good, set it down. Good, lasting full range of motion. Soften through the left knee. Set it down, find that squat. Last 1, we stand, good, hand comes down. We reach, good. Last crunch into that outer oblique. Reach to reach, and foot comes down. Now, my ball is still in that right hand. I lower down, I bend through my knees. Now, scoop the tailbone under, squeeze through your glutes, try to pinch into your butt cheeks here, and then we go for that left heel. So I'm lifting through my left heel and I'm shoving that ball right underneath it to keep it elevated. Palms can come to touch or hands to hips for support. We go for those pulses. Now down 2 inches, hold. Up 2 inches, hold. Good. Down 2, pause. Up 2, pause. That 1 second hold makes all the difference here. Let's go for these last 4. Chin is away from the chest. 3, pulling up from those inner thighs. 2, on the one we lower, we hold, push down with the heel for 3. Shoulders back, tuck the booty. 2, get a little deeper on the 1. Stand all the way up, and then we can step in and take that ball out from under the heel here. Okay, grab a sip of water if you need it. I need it. All right, so from here, turning to face the long edge of your mat again, bring your ball right between your inner thighs. So, ball comes just above your knees, right between your inner thighs here. And then we want to be about an arm's length away from your chair or your counter. That way your fingertips can find a light grip for support. Now, outside hand comes to your outside hip. Roll your shoulders back and down. Now again, our goal is to keep our chest lifted here so that we can get into our quads a little bit more. So I'm rolling the shoulders back. I'm slightly scooping that tailbone under and I'm squeezing my ball a little bit tighter. Now from here, I lift my heels nice and high so my little baby stilettos are on. As I bend my knees, I'm gonna push them forward. I lower my ass straight down like I'm in an elevator. I pause, I push through my toes. All the way up. Good, squeeze the ball, squeeze through your glutes. So it's an inhale. Push the knees forward, try to drag your booty straight down, and then exhale, push through the toes, lift and squeeze. Good, inhale, lower. Shoulders back, deeper scoop under of that tailbone. Good, exhale, push through the toes, lift. Can we lift 1 inch higher? Good, inhale. Imagine your booty and your back dragging down a mirror behind you. Find your lowest point, exhale, push, good. So with the heels high and keeping the shoulders stacked over those hips, we're feeling those upper thighs just a little bit more here. Good, let's go for our last and final 4. Good, we have a hold coming up in 3. Good, hold low in 2. And on this last one, we come down into our deepest squat. Can you lift your heels higher? Good, now just a calf raise. Lower the heels, lift the heels. Maybe they find the floor, feel a stretch through those ankles. Exhale, lift. Good, squeeze that ball a little tighter. Let's go for these last and final 4. Good, my inner thighs and my quads are starting to burn. We have 3. Hold the pulse in 2. Last one. Lift your heels, hold your squat, drop it low, tuck the tailbone under even more. Now squeeze and release that ball. Good, little squeeze in and in. Nice, you guys. I want you to find that shake. Let's go for these last 4. Good, final 3. Bonus points if both hands can find those hips. 2. Last one, squeeze that ball so tight it'll pop for 3. Deeper in the squat. 2, tuck your tailbone, push to stand, heels come down, and we can rest. Go ahead and take that ball out from your inner thighs, bang it out. All right, you guys, take a little stretch if you need it, grab some water, and I will see you next time.